So what you have here is the cut file. This is the Aura Mask stencil film. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the bottom so I can save it to make another stencil. And we're going to work one at a time on these, so bear with me as I cut these. And then I'm going to cut it here in the middle. It's very close together. And as I mentioned, I use this quilling tool because it has a sharp point. And I'm going to remove the outside of this. And then another thing, so lint roller, I use it for a couple of things. So one of the things I use it for is when I'm removing the lettering and I'm taking it off, you have to be very careful because you want to keep some of these pieces. So like the E right here, you want to make sure stays, and it did. And then I'm going to stick this here. So I'm going to make sure that stays there. And this can be very tricky. I'm sure everyone knows there's no magic to this. If anyone has a magic trick to this, please let me know. I definitely would appreciate it. The N, I'm going to take out right here. Now the A, I wasn't able to save the middle part. It was so tiny. So that's something that you need to think about when cutting these, the sides of these, how small they are. The D that I was able to save that. So I'm going to smash that down. I'm going to take out this little curly Q here, curly Q here. And then I'm going to start removing the miss part. Like I said, you gotta be very careful around the parts that need to stay. So again, the E needs to stay. So it came out, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use my best judgment to get it to stay there. So it came off on my stick, and I'm going to press it down my fingernail, okay? And then here we have two more. That one stayed and that one stayed because they're a little bit bigger. Okay, so Mr. and Mrs. done. Now remember, it's on the reverse, okay? Just keep that in mind. Then we're gonna take the heart side of it over here and we're gonna take off the excess. And then we're gonna remove those little hearts, okay? So finding the hearts, removing them, sticking them over here. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring over my transfer tape, okay? I'm gonna lay my transfer tape out. And I'm going to lay the miss up on top over here. And then I'm gonna lay the hearts down here. And I reuse this transfer tape 2 or 3 times usually, so I'm gonna cut it off here. And then I'm going to cut it here in the middle. And this is where you want to use the squeegee to make sure that you get this on there really, really good. So you're going to take this and you're just going to make sure there's great contact against this. And then you're going to peel this off. And as you see, as I peel this off, it's going to be on the right side. Okay. You're going to do the same step, and I saved the backing. You're going to do the same step with the heart. Make sure there's good contact across here. And you're going to peel this off like that. Okay, and like I said, I saved the back of these, and you'll see why here momentarily. Okay. So now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to clean off my lint roller. Let me find where it starts right here. So I'm going to clean this off. Okay, I'm going to take off this area that I used right here and set this to the side. I'm gonna bring over my clipboard and a piece of Silkscreen. All right, I'm gonna stick my Silkscreen, just the edge of it. Remember this, I cut this 6 by 6, so this is 1/2 inch all the way around, bigger than my stencils. And then I'm gonna take this and I'm going to, even though I've already washed this, fibers appeared. There's nothing we can do about that. That's from my clipboard, so I'm gonna take that off again. Okay, make sure there's no fibers on this. And then you're going to take your screen, it's upside down, so this is the tacky side, and you're gonna place it onto your silk screen. Again, you're going to use your squeegee to make the contact, make sure it's good contact. And this is like an extra hand, so this is having like an extra hand, this clipboard here. All right, you're gonna take this off, and then you're just gonna peel this away. Super easy. Like I said, I will use this transfer tape a couple of times, okay? So I'll save it. So just peeling it away. See how it's lifting right there? You wanna go back. You wanna take your squeegee or whatever tool you use. People use different things. And you're gonna pull. You're gonna pull. And then you're gonna stick this, like I said, I saved mine, so I'm gonna stick mine to the side of my table over here to reuse again, okay? I'm gonna do the process again with the hearts. So I'm gonna take a Silkscreen fabric and I'm going to place it underneath here. I'm gonna take my lint roller, clean it off, make sure there's nothing extra on here. You know, things come up, things fly around. Same process, you're gonna take the hearts, sticky side down, you're gonna place it on here. You're gonna squeeze it across, make sure it's made really good contact. Then you're going to pull it apart. Okay, place it down. I'm gonna move my clipboard out of the way because I don't need it anymore. What I like to do, I don't know if you see here, so there's extra, like I said, there's a 1/2 inch all the way around. I'm actually gonna line this up because I don't want to get any fibers on my cookies. So I'm gonna line this up so it is cut along flush with okay. And as you can see, this, so your stencil material is actually going to be facing the cookie. So it'll be touching. This blue will be actually touching the cookie, okay? I'm going to do the same thing for my Mr. and Miss. I'm going to cut it flush with the stencil. So I always have pre-cut mesh. So if I have an order that I want to do, maybe last minute I've decided to take an order, and if I have the mesh pre-cut, I don't have to worry about that process of it. So here we go. Now what I'm going to grab now is this stencil, Jeannie, so you can see that it fits in there. So this is how it would go on your cookie. So see, I lined it up so you could actually, should be able, there we go. Wait, how did this go? Has to go like this. I don't know. You have to play with it a little bit to get the right. I believe it went like that. There we go. So you see, you can see through there. So I'm going to show you that it matches on the stencil, Jeannie. So it goes right on there perfectly. And like I said, this is first generation. And then you would place it on top of your cookie. You would take some royal icing. Obviously use a different squeegee. I have one specially for my cookies. And then I would put royal icing about a little bit runnier than what I call piping icing. So just a tad bit runnier. And you would just smear this over your cookie, pick it up, and then there your image would be on your cookie. Once that dries, then you would go back over. You would place your hearts, different color, put it on top of the cookie, same idea. Hope this helps you out. Thanks for coming. Bye.